Yeah, he's improving. He's going out to warm up on the court right now, but I just our training staff doesn't quite feel comfortable putting him out there yet, and I agree with that. I don't think he would be ready to take one of the 13 active spots and sit a healthy guy with the way he's doing now. He's improving, and we'll see where it goes from here. But I know he's frustrated by it, but I think it's right.
And Jaylen Brown is available. Will he be on any type of minutes restriction?
He will be on a. I'll just be monitoring it close. I mean, when you miss 9 days or whatever it is, it's not the end of the world. It's not like missing a month or 2 months, but certainly probably won't play 38 or 40 minutes. But he's not in the low 20s either.
Coach, you got 6 guys who played at the World Cup in China. Have they come in game ready? Have you seen?
Yeah.
How has that contributed to the start of the season?
I do think that's been, helpful, and we thought it would be. I think that kind of look across the league, the guys that played in that came back healthy are all playing pretty well. And we're certainly the beneficiary of that with all of our guys that played over there, including Tyson Vince.
And what about the ability of your 3 guys to bond with Kemba during that experience? Does that make a difference?
That would be a good question for Kemba and those 3 guys, but they've all acknowledged that, in different media interviews that would be the case. Still, there's you got to come back and connect with the other 11 guys on the team. But I do think the familiarity with Kemba and just spending time with him was good for those guys and vice versa.
Brad, I apologize if you said it before when you talked about James Smith. Is he going to start? Off the bench?
I don't know yet. I gotta think about it. I haven't had enough time, so we'll figure that out by 30 on the clock. I promise.
Brad, what Grant
but he'll
has
play
done,
a lot.
What Grant has done?
No.
No, I know he's not. But is that just a matter of him getting more court time?
I just said just a minute ago he's getting closer, but he is not. He's not been fully approved by the medical staff, and I agree with that. I don't think as close as he is, even though he wants to play, I don't know that sitting a healthy body would be the right thing to do. So he won't be active, and hopefully we'll be better on the corner. Sorry.
What has Grant Young, as a rookie, shown so far to get the minutes he's gotten?
Well, first of all, I think we trust everybody in our group, but Grant has proved his versatility. I think that he's probably more comfortable playing in the interior than on the outside, especially on the defensive end of the floor, and that he's been able, despite his height, to match up with bigger guys and play the 5 for us some. He's still learning how to guard and when to help, when not to help with guarding shooters and those type of things, but he'll learn quickly because he's very smart. He's put in a lot of work, as a lot of our young guys, to have a chance to help us. I think winning is the most important thing to Grant, and I think that comes clear in both his practice and his game play.
What intangibles that he brings to the table stand out most to you?
I have to admit, I didn't think this would be a Grant media session.
Local.
He's smart. He's vocal. He's a good player. Stuff.
Last one. Does he remind you of any?
The homecoming game.
In those areas, does he remind you of any other guys that you've coached here?
I think the guy that he has a feel for the game, especially defensively. He's not as athletic as Marcus, but feel the understanding of when to help. Maybe a little bit of overhelp right now, but he's got a real good sense of the game.
What advice do you give Kemba tonight, if anything?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I didn't talk about it with him. I told him a week ago, 10 days ago, that these are always interesting games and emotional, and that's a good thing. It should be when you walk into the building and see people that you haven't seen in a while, that work for the organization or that you just cross paths with every day. I think that those are things that kind of strike your emotions. And he's a great person, and so I'm sure he felt that this morning. He's also a great competitor, and so I'm sure that is quite a balancing act for him. We can't change any of that. That's just a human dynamic, and that's okay. And we're really glad he's on our team, but we really appreciate all that he's meant to this organization and the city.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.